willingness of the Sandigan Bayan to solve this problem, that we can finally put an end to the inordinate delay. So yun po yung dalawang nangyari today. And of course, ongoing din po yung ating digitalization process. There are 4 systems that we must mesh together para po mas maging cohesive ang ating sistema at mas madaling makita at mahanap ang mga records at mga status ng bawat kaso. So we engaged the services of a consultant to do all this dahil po kailangan na pong galawin ito. And hopefully in the next coming weeks, we can see a more efficient back end. And the marching orders of the Ombudsman is to incorporate artificial intelligence in the way that we do things here in the Ombudsman's office. Kasama na po dyan ang evaluation stage where it is quite ministerial. Ang hinahanap na lang po kasi sa evaluation ay dalawa. Unang-una yung kung related case po siya sa iba't ibang kaso na nakabinbin na po dito sa Office of the Ombudsman. At pangalawa po, kung kumpleto ang mga dokumento na supporting documents ng mga complaints. No? Dahil doon, mapapabilis ang evaluation and we are able to streamline our processes for earlier resolution of cases. Okay, so with that recap, I will now accept a few questions before I explain. No? Itong presentation ko po kasi, it will explain the universe of cases that we are looking to file. But these are theoretical. No? Dahil tomorrow po, pag meron mas marami na akong hawak na status update sa mga kaso, I will be briefing again the press regarding the actual cases. But today, we prepared a few slides for you para malaman po natin kung ano yung mga tinitignan ng Office of the Ombudsman na pwedeng kaso dito sa flood control issue. And I will also show you the sample evidence and supporting documents that the Office of the Ombudsman will need and is striving to complete para po ma-file agad natin ang mga complaints. So without further ado, please, any questions?
Sir, yun nga, ilan po ba talaga yung hawak na natin sa control and nasa ang proseso ng ulala?
So we'll start with, okay, nung wala pa po kami dito, meron pong final na kaso regarding the SunWest Corporation that was involved in a contract in Mindoro, Mindoro Occidental, Oriental, Oriental Mindoro. And that case is already undergoing preliminary investigation. The respondents in that case have been asked to submit their counter affidavits, and some have complied and some haven't. To which I will get your specifics tomorrow as to who has filed and who hasn't filed yet. It seems that that case will be the first case that will be filed in court. So we are hoping that after the preliminary investigation is over, meaning to say that the periods have been complied with, ay makaka-file na po tayo ng kaso. So that's one. There were 9 cases filed by DPWH, also before we arrived here in the Office of the Ombudsman, 5 of which were on the basis of fraud audit reports that were given by the Commission on Audit. Another 9 were filed by the Commission on Audit. And 5 of those cases are similarly situated with the 5 cases of the DPWH. So kung 9 yan, parehas sila nag-9, yung 5 parehas. So it leaves 4 original cases from DPWH, another 4 cases from COA, and then 5 joint between DPWH and COA. And then there were 2 cases, as you witnessed here as well, filed by DPWH with the assistance with regards to those projects that were found in La Union and Davao. And then there were the 5 cases that were filed by the DOJ, which we have deputized again, the DOJ, to conduct the preliminary investigation for better use of resources dahil hawak na po nila ang mga ebidensya at ang mga testigo doon sa mga kaso na yon. Yung mga kaso po na yon sa DOJ ay 5 flood control projects na na-determine po natin ay ghost project. So that is the universe of cases. And there's one more pala, yung sa UPACC that was filed last week by a group against Noel Rivera, Congressman Noel Rivera. So yun po yung universe of cases that are pending within the Office of the Ombudsman, and we are still gathering even more evidence on the other reports that are being sent to us and endorsed to us by the DPWH. As of 2 weeks ago, the count was at 421 flood control projects that were, infrastructure projects that were found to be ghost projects. So we are slowly but surely working on the 421, but these cases that were filed with us, we have to process and make sure that resolutions come out as soon as possible.
Question lang.
Yes.
So dun sa DPWH cases, ito po ba may Bulacan din daw po na final na maaga? Na asan siya? Siya pa yung ka-merge ng COA o hiwalay pa po yun?
I will have to get back to you tomorrow. Oo. I understand na meron nga talagang kasama doon na Bulacan, but I'm not exactly sure which ones are the ones supported by the COA audit report, no? Fraud audit report.
Pero sir, may hiwalay pa na 4?
May hiwalay po na 4. Opo.
Sir, yung mga si Bryce Hernandez was here,
Yes.
si Daniel Alcantara was here, sila po ay humaharap sa fact-finding para po saang reklamo ito o paano po ba sila papasok doon sa fact-finding?
Well, there are similar cases that the DOJ is handling. So the instructions of the Ombudsman was to harmonize the efforts between the DOJ and the fact-finding and preliminary investigation units here in the Ombudsman. Nung pumunta po si Bryce Hernandez dito, there was a strategic plan that the FIO had para po ma-link ho natin sila sa mga proponents. No? That is what we really want for to happen here, na yung mga nakikita natin at nasasangkot na ngayon sa mga DPWH regional offices will be in a position to mention names that reach the proponents. Dahil yun naman po talaga ang dahilan kung bakit nagkakaroon ng ganitong mga flood control projects, substandard projects, tsaka ghost projects. And during his time here, si Bryce Hernandez, napansin po ng ating field investigator na halos parehas dun sa mga sinasabi sa DOJ. So when we received that report, and given that we need to have a united front and a harmonized approach dito sa mga cases na ito, we decided that the DOJ would be the lead in investigating and interviewing these witnesses and respondents to the cases. So yes, he was here, but it was only to see if there were any other names and any other accounts or statements that he could offer. But it seems as though that medyo parehas lang po dun sa mga kwento niya dun sa DOJ. And maganda naman po yung info sharing namin ng DOJ, kaya na-determine po natin na halos parehas po ang sinasabi niya. No? And so, given that, we asked the DOJ to take the lead para po ma-process din sila sa kahit anumang procedure na kailangan matupad.
Tapos sir, clarify lang natin yung status po talaga ni Bryce Hernandez. Siya po ay nag-a-apply, hindi na nag-a-apply, mag-state witness, paano po ba yun? Kasi sinasabi, cooperative pa rin naman to.
Yes. So cooperative naman po siya. In fact, dun sa DOJ, nung nandun pa kami sa DOJ, nagbigay naman po siya ng isang ledger na ang nilalaman po ay mga proponents ng mga projects na sinagawa sa Bulacan. No? Dahil yun lang naman po yung jurisdiction niya. No? So, forthcoming naman din po si Bryce Hernandez. Kaso lang po, kulang lang talaga sa